Yet again, we're back with another Spider-Man brand new day movie discussion, movie talk, spoiler talk. I've already done the the stupid, incompetent scene of Yelena telling Spider-Man to get into the water. All you had to do with that scene is just have Yelena and Spider-Man do a tag team fight against some hooligans, some bad guys, gang members, rooftop scene, or in a warehouse, and then have them do some cool takedowns, showcase Spider-Man's new gadget, new fighting style, fighting skill. He's been training, he's been doing this for so long. He now knows how to move better. He's advanced. Show that the at least Marvel has looked at its previous movies of Spider-Man. At least show your audience that you're paying attention to your character so much that you're making sure you're adapting his fight style, you're changing, you're improving his fight style and the way he moves. Because they already did it in different scenes. Like when he jumped off the building, when he moves, he doesn't move like a regular person because of his mutation. So the way he moves would be very, very different. He's more confident in himself. He's more confident in how he moves, and he's very aware of his environment. So you could have played on that, and we did not need that stupid scene.
Here we go again.
However way you make excuses, that is an unacceptable behavior of a grown woman telling a young teenager, take off your clothes, get in the water with me. I came here for information. Give me the information and I'm out.
This is just a moment.
And what made it worse is you people insulted some of us by then allowing or shooting another scene where Peter Parker talks to Yelena. She's in the same swimming pool, but they're talking to each other via Wi-Fi or freaking laptop. So it wasn't that Spider-Man could never get a hold of her except inside that swimming pool scene. And even that, you could easily say, this is where I'm at so far. I'm undercover. I'm doing something. So that's why I said, come here. Even though it's weird to come into a swimming pool, cool. You don't have to then ask her or write the scene where she then says, take off your clothes.
What?
You can have the scene. He comes in. I need help. What do you need help with? Yada, yada, yada. Oh, that's small potato stuff. Spider-Man, that's small potatoes. The Avengers with a Z deals with big potatoes. You can still have that scene minus the telling of a young boy as a grown woman to take off your clothes and get into the water within an extra caveat, or you seem stressed. The water will relax you. We don't need it. Your movie will survive without that stupid scene.
You're goddamn right.
I wanted more from this movie with regards to Spider-Man and Hulk, both of them separately and then together. I wanted more, absolutely wanted more, and they could have given us more. I don't know if these guys really do any further research. It's one thing to say we pulled from the comics, it's all gravy. Have you guys seen the Insomniac Games, by the way? The first and second one, they are awesome. Despite many flaws here and there, they are awesome. What does Spider-Man look like in those games? How does he move in those games? The way he slides underneath an enemy, and then the way he uppercuts one, swinging. Come on, this is your time to shine.
That's right.
Your time to show that you have learned your lessons from your mistakes. You could have made this fourth Spider-Man a full-on epic movie. Some of us are tired of you guys bringing in Marvel heroes into Spider-Man world or realm. Yes, it's in the comics. Sometimes some of us just want a Spider-Man only movie without some inclusion of Thor or Hulk. We just want him. Even if it's just him and Punisher, or him and Yelena. And even if someone asks, why don't you get the Punisher's help, Daredevil's help, Luke Cage's help, Iron Fist's help, Yelena's help, the Avengers' help, let him respond with, they're busy, I can handle this on my own. And even if they're not busy, I can still handle this on my own. There's nothing wrong with having that dialogue or having that dialogue written into the movie, just to let the viewers know that he's doing his best to maintain on his own. When it's too big, then he can ask the assistance from the other guys, or if it gets out of control, maybe one of them step in and say, yo, we need to nip this in the bud. But this Savage Hulk thing and, oh, we finally got Savage. I don't know what you guys mean by Savage, but no.
Damn.
This is Baby Arms Hulk. Baby Arms. Nah, it was regular.
What?
It was regular. And I'm tired of this. I don't like Professor Hulk. I want Savage Hulk.
What do you mean by that?
What I feel would be a sexy, cool, creative take on Hulk as he is now is allow Banner to have 2 levels of transformation. Either you merge the Professor Hulk with Savage Hulk, or you create scenarios where we need Professor Hulk, strong and smart, I guess, and then Savage Hulk where he's stronger. If you can write this stupid scene with a woman telling this young boy, get into the water, take off your clothes, you motherfuckers can write a story where Mark Ruffalo can control his transformation between regular him, Professor Hulk, and then Savage Hulk.
Let me explain.
There's a situation where Professor Hulk is strong, but we need a stronger Hulk, Savage Hulk, to come in and say, he needs to deal with this situation. Still have some level of awareness that he's in Savage Hulk mode. He's here to help people. Not all this crazy. It's boring. How long? How many times do you people want this guy to just be smashing buildings? You people, Marvel wouldn't do it right.
That's right.
Marvel wouldn't do it. We can't keep having another Sokovia Accords. Come on. You guys need to start thinking differently. This is why Marvel will do slop and you guys will eat it up.
Get out of here.
They will do slop and you guys will swallow it.
Get him out of here.
You choke on it, but you go, that's some good slop. You're choking with some good slop. Come on. You can write it where Banner can go from Banner to Professor Hulk, and when, this hits the fan, we need to go Super Hulk right now. But this movie didn't feel like any Savage Hulk at all.
You ain't lying.
My brother and I had different conversations as to how to fix that Savage Hulk scene. I feel having him on that, in that skyscraper didn't make any sense. I feel to showcase Hulk's movement or range, either be it on ground level or underground. Maybe there's a place where the superhero anti-mutants, whatever you want to call them, eventually, there's a space, just like Batman has contingency plans for the Justice League members. You can say this damage control crew have a particular space to contain the Hulk if he goes, rogue. If he's uncontrollable, incontrollable, or whatever, and we can't maintain him, we can't sedate him. We need to put him in a room where it's going to be hard for him to break him out, for him to break out until we find a way to subdue him. I'd have liked to see that instead of this high build, because all I was just thinking about a lot was the pedestrians walking around downstairs. All the rubble that was coming out of that building. I thought Spider-Man was going to do some maneuvers to web those bricks to the side of the building, because there was a lot of collateral damage in this movie. And I don't want the collateral damage to showcase like that's their excuse to show you how savage Hulk is. No. I'm bored of because you're saying savage, and this guy has to be like feral, man. He has to be not only enraged, he's moving like a monster. Fast even. He's jumping at you, and even if you're Spider-Man, he's grabbing you and he's breaking bones. Savage? Some bones should have been broken. That's Maybe I'm misinterpreting the word. I need to go check it out in the dictionary or thesaurus or etymology. Nah, you guys said savage. Oh, you emergency awesome, savage. New rockstar, savage. Yeah, savage. Screen rant, savage Hulk. He did nothing. Yeah. He did nothing. He did jack all, man. He even had to save Spider-Man. He had to let himself go from that thing he was holding. And on top of that, Savage Hulk got pulled down by cobwebs?
Damn.
Yes, Spider-Man, his webs are strong, but this is another thing that I wanted to see more of in the movie, that he would change his web cartridge from time to time to adjust, to his enemy, just like they did in the Spider-Man 1990s cartoon on Fox Kids. He would always constantly adjust his web cartridge to the type of enemy he's facing. And I would have liked to have seen a different story told, not through Jean per se, causing Scorpion to go rogue, and when she left his mind, oh, Spider-Man, what am I doing here? What? I was like, what kind of writing is this? In that Spider-Man cartoon I mentioned, some of those enemies gave him a run for his money. Like I said, he would get his ass beat. He'd have to go home and adjust his web cartridge to especially if he's fighting the Shocker, for example, or Electro, or Lizard Man, or Dr. Octavia, or even Hydro Man or Sandman. Do you know what it is to have to fight you're fighting different elements? Then Mysterio, I got to keep changing up my cartridge. I mean, the web cartridge he had for the web bomb, it was cool, but even that scene where he was on top of the tank, he throws up in the air and then he catches it, and I'm like, come on, just just do it, or have... These people didn't do research. You've had 3 movies under your belt. You didn't do research. And then you just go to cinema. Yeah, 10 out of 10. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, perfect. That's how you guys look and sound. Yeah, perfect. Criticize. Always critique a thing properly. I'm not just criticizing. I'm saying, yo, you did good, but you guys could have done better. Is what I'm saying. Next time, please do amazing. I don't want better anymore. I want amazing. Savage Hulk. Oh, he's bigger now. Can you see how green is? Green is greener. Have you ever seen a green this green? Shut up, man. Shut up. Easily pleased bunch. And it's cool. Who the hell am I to complain? It's cool. You guys are easily pleased. Maybe me, I'm hard to please. Takes me a lot to get sad. Savage Hulk. Oh, he's how savage. His jeans can't even fit on him. He's so thicker. He's thicker than the first Hulk. What did he do?
It's a good question.
What did he do? Now you guys have screamed Savage Hulk. You now have to pay it up in the next movies when another villain comes. Because that Savage Hulk, when he comes out, he has to then deliver. He has to deliver. We can't have the same repeat of Infinity War. That was cool because you found a way to merge Banner with Professor Hulk, and even that was a cop out. We didn't get to see that. We didn't get. It didn't feel earned. He just woke up one morning and Professor Hulk. I'd have loved to have seen that. That's why I said, moving forward, I feel creatively you have to let Bruce Banner be able to go from Bruce Banner to Professor Hulk when it's needed in certain situations. Write it like that. You're a writer. Be creative with your writing. And then when it gets to a point, it's like, yo, Professor Hulk is strong, but whatever we're facing needs Savage Hulk. Let him go into it. Let him be able to control it. Not all this, oh, no girl, no Banner, only Hulk. It's cool. That's fine. It look cool, whatever. But moving forward, we need some level of intelligence. We can't keep having the fear of Hulk. No. Write it differently. Stop being afraid of writing it differently. What does it look like? Just like the first Avengers movie. That's my secret trick, Cap. I'm always angry. Boom, that shit look cool. You already did it with the first Avengers movie, so why are you then backtracking? That was one of the coolest scenes in that movie with Hulk. He didn't have to suppress it. He didn't have to beg, oh no, the Hulk, no, wait. He just did it. It looks so cool. Sometimes it looks cool when someone just goes, rah, and he's from Banner to Hulk straight away. That would look sexy because he knows right now it's crunch time. And yeah, we can use the intelligence and strength of Professor Hulk whilst he's maneuvering some gadgets and whatnot because he's already put certain things in place. Then it's like, you know what? Time for Savage Hulk. Double transformation. Almost like Goku from Kaioken to saying 1, 2, 3. It would look awesome.
You ain't lying.
I'm tired of this fear of Hulk. If the Hulk got loose, let Damage Control have that fantasy. What happens if the Hulk got loose? Give it to them. Let them have it. We, the viewers, we want to, some of us, I don't know about you, because some of y'all were okay with it. Me, I was like, this ain't Savage, nada. Savage my backside. This is Baby Hulk. This ain't Savage, Baby Arms Hulk. Where we going with this? Nah, I was like, okay. And you put him up top. He should be towering up. He should be destroying that Savage Hulk. He should be just beating everything down. Grounding the character, or grounding that scene, should I say, would have been much better because then you have more movement horizontally. But when you take him up vertically, you're limited in the space and in the attacks because you're having to hold your Savage Hulk back. He can't be savage because you put him up there. And if you follow through, because Marvel is so weak, if you follow through, you'd have to explain how some people are not dead downstairs because you didn't show Spider-Man trying to contain the threat by webbing all the debris to the building. That would have been cool.
That boy is good.
But instead, you chose to write Spider-Man as an idiot or a dickhead again after he lost Tony Stark, Aunt May. This is someone who's lost people twice, and then now he's lost his girlfriend and his best friend because of what he chose to do or had to do. Stupid writing, but since we're sticking with your lore, you're not allowing the character to grow with some level of intelligence. You're saying that, yeah, he felt alone and yeah, whatever, the full circle, you need people around you. It took him 2 deaths for him to figure it out, whatever. But you can't let him keep making the same mistakes. He gave this stupid Mysterio guy full tech and full control over the tech that was gifted to him by Tony Stark, who he saw die on the battlefield. I don't care what you people say in your headspace. There is no way I will let a mentor that I love gift me something and then take that gift and gift another stranger who I feel is equipped to deal with the situation because I need to take a break from being a superhero. No. I saw myself disappear. I fought with my mentor on another planet. Those are situations and experiences no human being can top in my life as Spider-Man. Only for me to think I was dead and then get brought back. That experience changes you. you're no longer the same. That experience, you died and came back. You fought alongside your mentor again. Then you had to make the ultimate sacrifice. There's certain things you choose to, it's like you're growing up faster than normal.
Yes.
You're a superhero, and with that superhero identity, you've gone through a particular experience no one else on the planet has gone through that is exactly the same as you. When a stranger comes and you give him full autonomy over this thing you yourself haven't fully vouched for. You didn't even say, you know what, I'll give you the glasses. I'll only give you 5% control. The rest I keep quietly. Tony would not have just done that willy-nilly. Old Tony, yeah. And it's okay to say, oh, Peter Parker should have his own mistakes. Not this kind of mistake. The best person to have given those glasses to would have been the people who were closest to you or Tony Stark. Not this stranger who, just because he said he came from somewhere, that stranger has not gone through what you just come from. Dude, you died and got returned by a magician because of what he did. I don't care what you people say in the comment section. That is not an intelligent thing to do for any teenager. Some teenagers would have self-terminated from that experience. That's number one. Some would have said, I give up completely. Any glasses, I don't care. Leave it where it is. But to gift the glasses, what I'm saying. It's just constant, incompetent decisions, and you're not allowing the character to reflect. What does that look like? I can't believe I did this thing, and look at all the damage he caused because I gave him these glasses. I know me, I'll be talking to myself negatively, constantly. Is it degradation? I can't remember the word, but it will be heavy. I know me. I know how I talk to myself sometimes. It's not good as well, but I know what I would have gone through internally, let alone to repeat that. I'll be so shook up. I'll be so shook. And this is grown me talking, let alone teenage. Nah, I know my headspace. So I'm saying there should be some level of a way you write a character to self-reflect, not just I lost Aunt May. No. It's easy to say Aunt May, Uncle Ben. It's easy, but you're just doing lip service. You're not sitting down to say, look at the scope of this thing. That's why I said he's gone through such a unique experience. His whole erase identity again. That was, I get it from that perspective, because after Aunt May, I would have even written it in such a way, after losing Tony Stark and Aunt May, yeah, make him forget. I don't care anymore. And I understand from that perspective if they wrote the story like that, where he's like, this is why I wanted, and you mention it during the dialogue between him and Doctor Strange. Do I agree with the whole thing? No. But at least it shows some level of, I'm aware. I don't bring it up, but I'm aware that I lost my mentor. Uncle Ben is not in my life anymore. And Aunt May, I don't know how I would feel after losing Ned or Mary Jane. And I blame myself for giving these glasses to this guy. I was in such a mindset that I thought, you know what, whatever. And that was very, very wrong of me. So for fear of making that kind of mistake again, never again. So, unleash the spell. Cool. Again, I don't like the whole spell thing, but cool. So moving forward, I would have liked to have seen where he tried to control the collateral damage as best as possible with the tank scene. Oh my, I can't wait to do a video on that one. That one's cooking up next. Spider-Man and Rogue. Oh, I got words. This video is already long, but I got words for that one. So I'm going to stick to Spider-Man and Hulk. The fighting between both of them, I think you'd have gotten away with it if you had used the fight style in the Insomniac games.
That's right.
And that nonsense of arachnic power taking over, it's gun maximum overdrive, arachnid, savage Spider-Man, arachnid, whatever it is, you could have used that as an excuse to say, you know what, I'm going to take this thing off. We can go toe to toe. You can probably beat me, but I'm going to give you a run for your money. Then at least we say, okay, he's now taking this inhibitor thing. Then he's now gone full on Spider-Man. He's going to pummel Hulk. Hulk is strong, but just show that he's at least going to go a little bit toe to toe, just a little bit with Savage Hulk. Then have Hulk just grab him like, where you going? You spider, puny spider, where you going? Then maybe when he gives him a couple of blows, you're like, he can take it because he's in his full arachnid thing. Maybe. These are just little cool, simple ways you can adjust. Then again, web grenade, different gadgets, Then whilst he's trying to subdue the Hulk, he's trying to stop all that debris from falling down. That debris hanging was so annoying. And that's why I said even the whole Savage Hulk thing. You're saying Hulk was held back because of some special, how strong Spider-Man's webs are. And the debris was Hulk. This is Savage Hulk. You guys wanted Savage Hulk and everyone's like, yes, he was so savage. Savage where? Debris held him back. Wait, so you're saying the debris is heavier than... Come on. Oh my gosh, man. You guys would just solo anything.
That's right.
I might need to Google that word, savage. The dictionary breakdown, etymological breakdown, and then the thesaurus break or whatever. I'm like, it's savage where? He's doing nothing. This is zero Hulk, not Savage Hulk, zero Hulk. You guys need to step it up, man. Insomniac Games is running circles around you guys. You guys need to step it up. Do your research. You can say comics, yes, but we have a visual thing of what Spider-Man is capable of doing through the games. Pull inspiration from there. Copy and paste. That would have been so much better. And at least I feel you should have kept Hulk, like I said, ground level in a larger space where he can just go ape and just pummel anything in his way. Upstairs, so high above, there should have been a lot of debris falling from that building because Hulk was moving, or Savage Hulk was moving around. There should have been a lot of debris. I wanted Spider-Man to say, you know what? If I don't contain this guy with this web grenade and all this debris, people are going to get hurt.
I don't give a
Damn.
Keisha.
The collateral damage in this movie is staggering. And the fact that you don't show Spider-Man trying to manage some of them, yeah, it's a wasted, it's a missed opportunity.
Shut up and take my money.
The one thing I didn't like is when Spider-Man saw Punisher come in with the heavy machine gun, spraying bullets at Hulk's face. And that thing was like paintballs just bouncing off his skin. And then he jumped on his back and he said, why isn't this inhibitor sticking? I was like, are you people, do you write with your eyes closed? Because you've shown the visual that this guy, his skin is bouncing off bullets at close range. What makes you think that little thing you have like a small needle will penetrate his skin? If bullets are bouncing off, that's what I'm saying. When you people write, you write and you don't care. You don't write with passion. You don't write from your soul anymore. It's just pen and paper, get paid. And it's cool. What do I know, right? What the hell do I know? I've not done what you guys have done. I haven't gone to the school of writing, but just some little visual cues. I'm like, those two scenes don't make sense. Because Punisher came in to shoot first, and then that's when Spider-Man tackled him and pulled Punisher away, and then Jean took over Punisher's mind. But prior to that, I was aware Spider-Man seen Punisher spray this guy's face with bullets. Nothing happened. No damage, no skin broken. Then your small inhibitor, that's like a little needle. It just pricks into your skin. You think that should penetrate your skin compared to bullets. I don't know how you will, you know what? It's cool, man, because all you guys will say is just complaining. He's not a Marvel fan. He just wants to rant for views. And I'm done with some of you who don't know how to have comprehensive conversations. It's sour. It's boring. You don't know how to just sit down and look at the thing. You can say a movie is good, but this meal tastes good, but this water is nice, but this drink is nice, but this wine tastes good, but just the but allows you to then make adjustments. So next time when you do the movie, it's far better than it's been, and it should have been way better. This movie should have been way better than it is now. It's good, but it should have been way better. I shouldn't even be saying it's better than Thunderbolts. You should knock Thunderbolts at the park easily. Again, they did some good things. Costume is cool. Maneuvering is cool. Some people were asking, where is he getting the funds for the tech? That's not my problem, because you guys, if you guys can accept him giving this stranger the glasses, then you guys can accept anything. How you guys had the balls asking, where is he getting the funds for the tech? Whatever. You guys would excuse one thing, but then ask questions about another thing. You didn't challenge how this grown woman asked a young boy get into the water. You didn't challenge that, because some of your psyche is weird. Some of you guys' psyche is weird, but hey, to each their own. You didn't challenge that, but you're saying, where did he get all the money for the tech Nah. If you're going to ask about one thing, you must ask about the other thing.
That's right.
You must attack the other things. If you're going to attack one, attack all the other things. So that way, if Marvel really cares, they'll pay attention and they'll adjust moving forward. Otherwise, they'll give you Savage Hulk that just gets pulled down by debris and web.
God damn.
If there was a scene where Spider-Man was like, I can't even hold this guy down with my current web, maybe that's how you write a scene where he's like, you know what, remove the inhibitor. Then he allows his full erect self to come through. And you could say his organic webs are way stronger to somehow subdue Hulk. But to say Savage Hulk was held back by Spider-Man's web and debris, it doesn't So is the building as heavy as Hulk or as strong as Hulk? Is it weight and density? Which one is it?
It's a good question.
Which one is it? He should be throwing that debris like a freaking softball. He shouldn't even be held down by anything heavy because he's heavier. His mass is something else. So any debris, unless you say he's held down by 6 tanks on each hand, then you can say, all right, cool. Savage Hulk needed 6 tanks on each hand to hold him down. Now we're talking. Now we are talking. But you said he was held by debris? No, thank you, sir. No, thank you, ma'am. That's not Savage Hulk to me. For some of you guys, it's okay. I would have liked to have seen where he said, you know what? I'm going to take this thing off. Now we can go toe to toe. Organic webs hold you down whilst this thing out of the building to go and stop the debris from falling down. Oh, that would have been so nice. Like in some scenes, he's caught something that's fallen down from a building and thrown it back at his target or his arch nemesis or whoever is fighting. Those scenes are cool. But in this one, I would have liked where he just looks at this thing and says, if I don't find a way to hold this guy down, some people will get hurt. And I'm struggling to try and stop him whilst catching debris. But even that would have been cool. It's like, you know what? I see he's there. He's a threat. But I don't want other people to get hurt because of how this thing has turned out. I'm trying to contain this thing. Let me do my best to web these things to the wall. That would have been extra sweet for me. Just for viewers like myself, that would have been sweeter to say he's so self-aware and conscious about everything every time. That's what it means to be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, trying to keep the damage to a minimal whilst taking down his foes or his enemies or his targets as clean as possible.
Get this man a shield.
That's why you need some extra gadgets, just like the Insomniac games. So sometimes instead of punching here and there and fighting 5 guys, stun grenade, stun web grenade, done. Or stun web blast or whatever, a little shocking thing, and they go to sleep. That'd have been a clean way. That's another way you can have him work with Punisher in another movie. Again, I don't want to think about that or dream about that because I don't trust Marvel anymore to handle things the way that I feel they should, especially based on how they've given us this world, especially with dialogue. In one scene, one shot, where Spider-Man wants to put an inhibitor on Hulk's skin, before that scene, he sees Punisher shooting at the Hulk, and he can see the bullets are doing no damage. It'd have been a weird, a kind of cool scene to say, you know what, this thing wouldn't even work. How do I stop him? Maybe it's like, there's no point even putting this on his skin anymore. Then have Punisher just say, yeah, he just ate up my bullets like it was nothing. New plan, new tactic, something else. Just to show that he's aware. But it shows how unaware the writers are, not Spider-Man. This is the writers' problem. They wrote their movie, so it shows how unaware of what they're doing, how unaware they are, that they will have Punisher spray bullets in the Hulk's face close. And there's no wound, no bullet wounds, no bullet holes. But still have Spider-Man after that scene jump on his back and say, why wouldn't this thing work? You're not a 2-year-old, dude. We can't keep giving excuses to say he's a teenager. He's a very smart teenager. I as a viewer caught that. And you could easily say, oh, in the heat of the battle, yeah, I'm just done, man. You guys make excuses too much. Sometimes it's boring to make it's boring to record videos to talk about these things openly. You're so attached to the thing that you feel like it's an attack on you, or maybe it should be an attack on your intelligence in some way, shape, or form. I would feel so uncomfortable if we're looking at the storyboard and I'm looking at the dialogue. So Punisher comes to shoot Hulk. He doesn't get hurt. That's cool. So how are they going to stop Hulk? Oh, Spider-Man is going to try and jump on his back and put the inhibitor on. I'd have been like, don't put that scene in, please. Because he has to be able to know the bullets didn't do no damage, so this thing is not going to work. And I wish there was a way he did a closed loop system or something. If you found a way to make sure the inhibitor could not be replicated, but that they set that up for a reason, so that way the next movies they'll do whatever. I don't even want to speculate because unless Feige, steps forward to say everything that happened in Spider-Man Brand New Day is done on purpose to lead into the X-Men and this specific narrative. Until he does that, or unless he does that, I'm not going to bother with any speculative videos. I'm just going to do my videos based on what I watch, not what I think they're going. Because it looked like they hinted at things, but I was like, I don't care. Like in the cartoon, at least, I thought the mutant inhibitor collar thing came from bad guys. But the fact that outside of Hulk wearing the inhibitor for himself, he said it's built it to himself. I can put that thing on and it would have no effect on me. It's specifically built to himself. So if someone tried to replicate the technology, I don't see that in common sense mind that they would be able to retrofit it. No, you can't. I've designed it for me and me only. It's specific to me. So if you put it on a cat or a dog or another, it won't work on the mutant because I've not specifically designed it to inhibit the X gene in a human being. Hulk doesn't have the X gene. His thing is gamma related. So he's able to subdue that based on his biology. So even if damage control was to try and copy it or replicate it, it wouldn't work. That, again, for the common sense aspect, they can't get anything from it. Now, Spider-Man, however, I don't know. I was just trying to figure out if he would have sat down and said, yo, I gave this guy glasses and it went rogue and whatever. That didn't turn out too good. Then I've made an inhibitor thing. And now these people have my technology. So I'd have loved if he was very mindful of whatever you do with this thing, don't let anyone else get a hold of this thing. Or if not him, then maybe Bruce Banner. And make sure you don't, make sure your thing is secure. Your schematics is secure. Your paperwork is secure. Wherever you put the blueprints for this thing, make sure no one else has access to it. Again, I get it because you're going through whatever, fine. But I just want more awareness. All this callback to my auntie died, I feel it's not strong enough.
Let me explain.
Maybe I'm making it too personal because my grandma passed away, my mentor passed away as well, who's like a grandfather to me, a great uncle to me, and a friend to me. So those things hit home differently when I see people playing with people they've, there's also that sound. It's like if I was in your shoes, I wouldn't do this. Sometimes that thing comes up because it's like that whole great power comes, great responsibility is very, very It's very real, and I feel very attached to that. You watch your steps. I'm not saying tiptoe all the time, and that can weigh either way. You don't want to. You hold yourself back so much because of great power comes great responsibility. You're not engaging with your enemies as well as you need to. Sometimes you can go overboard. Then that's where you know how to strike the balance. So that's in the physical part, but in other elements as well, you need to be mindful enough to say, you know what, these things I'm doing, let me just plan them step by step. Just because of that whole, I remember what happened with Doctor Strange on Titan, with me getting disintegrated, reintegrated, and then with losing Tony Stark, and then with losing Aunt May. All these things, I'm not saying playing your mind with guilt, but just remember how these things came about. Some people made certain decisions that didn't go right. Learn from your other Avengers as well. Learn from their mistakes. Because you're young, but you're around adults, you're around grown people who have made some serious mistakes. Those things will help change the character. He can make mistakes here and there, but on some not on levels like these, man. Giving that guy these glasses, I'll never forgive that writing. It's poor.
Goddamn right.
I know there's some other hardcore Spider-Man fans out there who do not agree with that idea. Giving this fool stranger who told you some different parallel Earth and you swallowed it. You must be. I don't care if you're from hell, Hades, wherever you're from. I don't care. Why should I give you the glasses? You weren't there on Titan with Doctor Strange and Tony Stark. You went alongside me. So you could have been here for 6 years because I got atomized or whatever, or re-snapped. You could have been here for 10 years. I don't care how long you've been. I'm not going to give you these glasses. It's that simple. But they wrote it in such a way where you're forced to have to watch him do that stupidity. You guys need to be very, very sharp with your writing, man, because you're making this guy look stupid and dumber each time, and he's not growing. I like what they did with the emotional scenes. It's best to keep to myself and because even the way they wrote the arachnid side coming through. No, you could have used that to just say he's upgraded. Who doesn't want extra heightened senses? Oh, it's too much. Use your tech. Use your tech to balance, not suppress it, balance it out. So you're hearing better. You have stronger hearing than before. You have quicker agility. So when it comes to the Hulk, you're like, you know what? Let me take this thing off so I can really go ape shit. Then you can say, I'll throw some blows. Maybe he breaks a bone here and you heal faster because you've taken up the inhibitor. There's ways you can write things. There's ways, but it is what it is. Again, it's a 5 out of 10 for me, man. I'm not going to change my score. That's me done with the Spider-Man versus Hulk. I can't wait to do Spider-Man and Rogue. Not Rogue, Jean. Can't wait because that one, oh boy. Yeah, I'm not even, we're going to save it for that one. I'm glad I got this off my chest. Like I said, I wanted to do separate videos or spoiler talk videos for Spider-Man Brand New Day. I've already done the Yelena and Spider-Man in the swimming pool scene. Unacceptable behavior. Unacceptable behavior. The fact that he spoke to her in another scene on a laptop completely undoes that scene. That's why I said he could have easily made it a phone call. He talks to the wolf, the police lady, What's wrong with him calling her the same way he called the police lady? Simple. Have you heard about VMAX? No? All right, cool. Just keep an eye out or an ear out for me if you hear anything. I will, Spider-Man. Take care. Or even that, oh, you sound stressed, Spider-Man. You should go to the spa. They would give you a discount, or they know me, so you go there for free. You know, can I go there at night, or is there a particular time? You don't worry. If you don't want to go there with people, you can go there alone. There's a way you can write that scene. And like I said in my previous video, you can tag it on as a shawarma scene where he's finally getting to unwind after all the stress and whatnot. He's just dipping in, you know, in a swimming pool, chilling, or in the sauna, whatever it is, chilling. There's nothing wrong with that. Minus Yelena or any other woman, just him there. That would have been a cool scene to have because she had already given him a heads up saying, you sound tired. Whenever you feel like it, you want to have a me time. There's a spa in my office. You have access to it after so and so hours. You can just go there, relax, unwind. That would have been a nice, sweet, cool thing to do for Spider-Man from Yelena. Outside of the big potatoes, little potatoes, that would have been a cool, intelligent, I can sense a fellow hero is tired. Must be stressful doing this thing on your own.
I like this one.
When you need to relax, go to my thing after hours. I won't be there, don't worry. And you can use the roof entry or whatever, or there's a backdoor thing. Here's the key, push the code, boom, clean scene. No need for a grown woman telling a young boy, take off your clothes and get into the water before I give you answer. Okay, what's the answer? I know nothing about this VMAX, big potato.
This is just a moment.
Anyway, peeps, let me know how you feel in the comment section below. Did Savage Hulk deliver for you? Savage Hulk, was he savage or was he just meh? Was he baby arms? Baby arms Hulk. Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. I've of course been your one and only multi-potentialite, neurodivergent host,
the Cosmic Jedi, signing out. Thank you for watching.